Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosie Psychic Investigator. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosie Psychic Investigator. I'm removing the watch here, putting another bracelet to protect self. Because this video is really interesting. I know, really, it's interesting. And I think disturbing. The subject is disturbing because it's something I wanted to do ever since I saw this on internet, and it's about the DOGE. Remember DOGE and the bros that worked for it, and I think that's so interesting because it tells us a lot about what's going to happen to all these people who collaborated with Elon Musk and the fascist government, and the ways they have uh, essentially stolen our data. Okay, so let me show you all of this. Okay, so this started to come out about, let's see, about a week ago. Let me show you. Okay, so here we have. Sure sounds like somebody at DOGE took the social security numbers and personal information of every American on record and put it on a thumb drive to bring home to Elon Musk's AI company. Whistleblower claims ex-DOGE member said that he took Social Security data to new job. Social Security Inspector General's office is investigating allegations that the former DOGE engineer took sensitive data on a thumb drive in a major potential security breach, said people familiar with the process. Okay, so, and this is according to the complaint. He allegedly told the whistleblower that he needed help transferring data from a thumb drive to his personal computer so that he could sanitize the data before using it at the company. The engineer told colleagues that once he had removed personal details from the data, he wanted to upload it into the company's systems. He told another colleague who refused to help him upload the data because of legal concerns that he expected to receive a presidential pardon if his actions were deemed to be illegal, according to the complaints. So let's just let that sink in. Okay. And this is the article, but I'm going to show you the videos. There's clips of the actual depositions. So, guys, this is so explosive. I mean, we knew this was happening, right? But to see it stated in these such blank terms, why did it? I closed the window. Okay, so let's go back here. So, okay, let me. I need to show you now the videos, and then we'll go back to these questions. Okay. So this is now you're going to see his face. This is criminal. A DOGE lead just testified under oath that he emailed classified government documents to his personal device and then sent them over Signal under oath. This is not a leak. This is not a whistleblower. This is a deposition. Signal also deletes messages. Personal devices have no government security protocols. This is textbook mishandling of federal records. The same thing they spent 4 years prosecuting Hillary Clinton over. The same DOGE that accessed Social Security databases. Same DOGE that accessed Treasury payment systems. Same DOGE that accessed Pentagon personnel files. Emailing government documents to a personal device and routing them through an encrypted auto-deleting app is not a mistake. This is a method. The question is, who was on the other end of these Signal messages? So this is the person who did it. And you will notice that if you looked up this information, although the way that they refer to these men is their kids, but this guy is 29 years old, right? And you know how they refer to the women, the girls. Like when it's women, it's always like they're they're mature enough. When it's men, it's like, oh, they're just kids, but they're 27 and 29. So let's just look at it's very chilling, this person, to be honest. I find him very creepy, the coldness, right? So let me just make sure that this is, that it's optimized for, that's it for sound. Okay. All right, so let's play some of this.
Based on his request, but why did you email something to yourself first before sending it to Mr. Davis?
There was no other way to get the scorecard that we generated to Steve on Signal.
Okay. You can go directly from your government email to Signal?
Correct.
Why not?
I don't think GSA allowed the downloading of Signal, among many other apps.
Okay. So GSA didn't allow the downloading of Signal? Is that what you're saying?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. But you then sidestep that by sending documents to your personal phone so that you could then use Signal?
For the weekly scorecard, that was the process, yes.
And that didn't set any alarms about whether or not you should be using Signal to do government work? The fact that GSA didn't let you use Signal on your phone?
GSA didn't let you use a myriad of softwares that would have been common in a standard business. And so I don't know if Signal is representative of, I don't think Signal is a unique case, frankly. There were dozens of apps that weren't allowed on a government device.
Do you think that there's a reason that the government disallows using certain services on their devices?
I'm not sure.
Okay. You don't think it was because maybe they were concerned about data leaks or sharing information with people that shouldn't be receiving that information?
I really don't know.
Okay. You have no idea why they would not allow Signal on government phones?
Okay, so you could see the point is to show you, okay, to show you this guy admitting that he sent government files to his own account. Like, I'm not a lawyer, obviously. I don't understand how any lawyer, like he has to, he admitted this. Imagine, and we all know this, right? This is, again, as the other poster said, this is what they accuse Hillary, like anything. And obviously Hillary was not stealing everybody, the social security data of all the Americans, right? Whatever she was doing, some random thing that was not nearly as bad as this, whatever it is that she did. Okay. I don't, guys, remember they accuse Democrats of, now this kid, I know, I'm guilty of this man, 20, I think he's 27 years old. He is just, and the Cavalier attitude, and you could pick, when he made that gesture like that, I was like, wow, he really has total contempt. Of course he does, right? So it's really, and this is just one part, okay, but I want to know what is going to happen to this person now that it's obvious that he has admitted, and this is a legal thing, right? It's like, this is a deposition. He admitted on the deposition that he illegally took these documents sent to him. So imagine imagine you working and they have all the, I think anybody was like, wow, these are the data of all the Americans. Let me just put in my phone. Like normal people would be like, no, I don't want to do that, because who knows what could happen, right? You would be aware of how dangerous this is. It's common sense. So, but let me also get a bit more information about him to show you, and then I'll ask the questions, okay? Because you need to see this. You need to see this, because it's insane. It's insane. It's not insane because it it has actually happened, but so I was actually looking at this and I realized I hadn't shared with you, but it was just very brief. So this is from the Independent UK newspaper. A former DOGE lead, Nathan Kavanaugh with a C, okay, said how he emailed documents to his personal device to then send with Signal during a lawsuit deposition. So again, he is saying this, he's admitting it, right, in a deposition. So we can ask the question, what does this mean? Okay, and then I want to show you this. Let me put this on the way here. Is this the headline? Because I want to show you then the New York Times article that after this is out, the New York Times, a judge, they cares. A judge wants these to order these to be taken down because they are feeling harassed. It's finance and finance. Really, they're upset now. I'm sharing all of this with you guys because I think this is the beginning of them cracking. Because do you think? Look at that guy. Do you really think he's not tough? When I think, and then Elon Musk was praising them. What is really going to happen is that they're going to. It's only a matter of time. They're charged with espionage, right? Whatever that is, whatever it is, taking documents, government documents like that, right? You can't do that. The information that does not belong to you, that belongs to every American, they've stolen. So it's a big deal. Now, I want to. Then this is the after what happened. This came out and the judge is like, oh, okay. After DOGE deposition, videos go viral. Judge orders them taken down. The videos have been posted on YouTube by groups who were suing to restore grants cut by Elon Musk's Department of Government and Efficiency. Okay. A Manhattan judge on Friday ordered that video of depositions of 2 former employees of Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency be removed from the internet after they became fodder for viral video social media posts mocking the 2 men. The videos have been posted on YouTube by scholarly groups who are suing to restore sweeping grant cuts the DOGE helped carry out last spring at the National Endowment for the Humanities. On Friday, the government said in an emergency filing that the groups had improperly posted the depositions that at least one witness, Justin Fox, a former DOGE employee, had been subjected to significant harassment, including death threats. Really? Wow. It's like, really, they can steal the data of all these Americans. Oh, no, they're feeling threatened. Really? Really? Okay. Mr. Fox and another former DOGE employee, Nate Kavanaugh, each testified in their depositions that they used ChatGPT to identify grants that ran afoul of Trump's executive order banning radical and wasteful government DI programs. The 2 men who had previously worked in technology and finance acknowledged they had no background in the humanities, but believed DOGE's broader mission of shrinking useless small agencies, as Mr. Kavanaugh put it. Right? After an article about the case appeared in the New York Times, excerpts from the videos began ricocheting across social media, prompting scathing commentary about what was seen as the DOGE employees' cavalier demeanor and torturous justifications of ChatGPT's decisions, many of which targeted projects dealing with race, gender, and discrimination. Wow. In one widely circulated clip, Mr. Fox is asked whether he agreed with ChatGPT's flagging of a documentary about Jewish women who are slaves, laborers, and the Holocaust. It's a specifically focused on Jewish culture and amplifying the marginalized voices of the females in that culture, Mr. Fox explains. It's inherently related to DEI for that reason. Okay, so clips like this drew widespread ridicule, but also defense from some prominent figures. On Friday morning, Mr. Musk reposted a clip of Mr. Kavanaugh calling him legendarily based and adding a flexed bicep emoji. So, okay. Anyway, so this is about this part, but you need to see it because again, it's kind of weird, right? Though nothing ever happens to people who steal things, but they're upset, right? They're getting through it. Really? Oh wow, I'm so sorry. I do not feel bad for them at all. So, having said all of this to show you this, okay, there's you can look him up. There's going to be videos that you can watch. But my question is, what is going to happen here let me actually add the question. What's going to happen to him? Because my sense, and I remember Corinne and I, when this first was happening, we saw that these people would end up breaking and telling, like, they're already telling the truth without essentially needing that much pressure, right? And I feel like soon enough we're going to get to the election, right? This is a thing that I think is these people know they were in the situation with the election, with the changing numbers. It didn't happen alone. Soon enough we're going to get to this, and I don't think. Do you really think that Elon Musk is going to protect them? Illegally going to pay all their legal bills, and if Trump goes out of the picture, it they're going to have to pay for this. I'm sorry, like it's not okay. It's not okay under any circumstance, shape, or form. It's not normal. So, okay. Um, so let's see. So let's see here. What will happen to Nathan Kavanaugh, right? Right, simple question. So, okay, so what will happen to Nathan Kavanaugh now that it's all? So immediately I see that he's walking out, and there's like, as if it's in a conveyor belt, and there's high fives from all these very people kind of farther up from him, but above him, like Elon Musk, like high five, high five. And he's walking kind of a little fearful, but knowing that, oh yeah, it's all good, don't worry. And then he keeps walking, standing up on this conveyor belt, and then the conveyor belt turns and he falls, and he hits his head so hard, and his face is completely purple, and he's really bruised hard. And then it's saying reality hits. I'm sorry to laugh, but reality hits it, truly. And he realizes it, and I didn't think he goes to some kind of prison, like you could be arrested. And he realizes, and he sees bloodied and all that. He realizes what reality really is. He hasn't seen it, right? He's been living in this bubble, the far right bubble, and I don't think that Elon Musk is anywhere to be seen. And it's, again, reality hits, and it's not saying that the people that were attracted to the values of Elon Musk were also not. They had some sociopathy in them. So it's not as if he would, like, and it shows me it's the thing that happened in Germany, World War II, right? That people, there's something in humans that if they're allowed to, their evil comes out. And that's was with this guy. But now when he realizes that he's being framed, not framed, like he's being scapegoated is the word, right? Like, oh well, just he did it, but then he has to talk, because how could it be that only he has to pay the price? And I see that Elon Musk has arranged or may have sent him a lot of money, but all the money in the world is not going to last, right? And somebody has got to pay, right? And we know that the way these things work is that they will try to set up the weaker people, which is these guys, to take the fall. But it's saying that as he's walking, so it will be pretty swift, especially since he's testified. Like, you know what I mean? It's like there's evidence. This is like he said it already, and there's evidence, and it's saying these lawyers have texts and such, and so it's real. So it's saying it's very easy for prosecutors to just go ahead and charge him and the other guy with this. So it's saying it will be swift, because we have had all this time to deal with these people, right? To see what they're doing and how They have taken data, right? It's like they say there's a lot of nonprofit groups, a lot of lawyers. They're like, wow, this is so egregious, just like us, but they know the law, they have the tools, and they're preparing for these things as soon as the moment comes. And I see that it's saying there, wow, there will be some sort of national security emergency. Or I think it's happening now already. That once Trump goes, that will allow the government to act more swiftly against people. I mean, the good government, if assuming, I think it will, we will rebuild after this, right? They will act very swiftly against people who committed these crimes related to this administration and Elon Musk. Wow. Wow, very interesting. Wow. Okay, so now there's another one. Should we? Okay, I think we should ask about the other one as well, because the more like, since we have real people here and they have names, we can ask the same thing about them. Okay. And then we will know, we will have more information. Okay. And then I want to know, then we have to ask about the election. All right. All right. So let's just pause here and I'll be right back. Okay, so this other person, his name is Justin Fox. In his deposition, DOGE employee Justin Fox said he used AI to tag DEI grants to cancel without ever instructing the AI on what DEI is. But let's see the clip here. Okay. All right, so here.
Details. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
It's okay. I'm asking for your understanding of it.
Yeah, my understanding was exactly what was written in the EO.
Okay. So can you?
I don't remember what was in the EO.
So right now, do you have an understanding of what DEI is?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your understanding as you sit here today in this deposition?
Well, it was exactly what was written in the EO. And so anytime that we would look at a grant through the lens of complying with an executive order, we would just refer back to the EO and assess if this grant had relation to it.
Okay. But I guess I'm stepping back from your methodology strictly in terminating the grants. Do you have an understanding as you sit here today of what DEI means?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your understanding of what it means?
Well, it is exactly what was written in the EO.
Okay, so
and I don't have the EO in front of me, but that was, we would always reference back to the EO and make sure that this grant was in compliance with the EO.
I understand that. Okay. But I'm not asking necessarily about what was in the EO. I'm asking very specifically about your present understanding of what of DEI. Do you have a present understanding of DEI?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you explain what that present understanding is?
Well, it's just easier for me to be referencing back to the EO.
So he doesn't want, he wants to, this is pretty clear, right? What he's doing here. He just wants to say that I was just following orders, right? So, okay, so now this person cut all these grants, right? This is, I think that, I don't know if the other one, the one is really terrible, the other for the Nathan guy, because he's admitting, I mean, this is terrible, but in terms of an actual law, like he stole the information of all of the American Social Security numbers, right? This one is he cut the grants. But let's see here what's going to happen to him. Maybe I'm sure there's more. Not maybe. But let's see what's the story with this guy. What's going to happen to him? Yeah, I see. Interesting how this folders. What is it? Data. He took a lot of data. Wow, and I see that it's like these old computer programs. It looks like Fortran. I don't know. It's weird. Something's happening. What is it? He has. That's right. Collected data. Oh, and I see it's saying he also collected like security information about entering the computer system. So it's saying these people have the ability, maybe they might still have, I don't know, to do a lot of harm. And they have done a lot of harm. And there's evidence, yes. Okay. So what will happen to this guy again? What will happen? To Justin Fox? Also bruised and battered and bruised, and then thrown in a jail cell. And he's saying, well, but I was just following orders. But I think they're gonna go to prison. And the guy, he's shocked. Because truly, it's saying here that they thought that the law is for for people not like that. People like them never go to jail. Nothing ever happens to them because they get this like Uber race or whatever. You know, they're like above. They're above. They're just above others. I am better. I better. So they're shocked at what is happening to them. Okay. Wow. Okay. So, all right. So, okay. So now that I've asked about each of them, now have these bros participated in the election numbers being changed? If so, will this lead them to want to cut deals to save their skin? And by the way, have these bros, I don't mean them necessarily, but it could just say, have these bros or other DOGE bros participate in the election would be changed? If so, okay. All right. So, and of course, if you follow this channel, you know that is something Corinne and I have been looking at for a long time. So let me just ask this question. Have these and or other DOGE bros participated in the election numbers being changed? If so, will this lead them to want to cut deals to save their skin? Yes. Oh, I see there's a screen and they're seeing. That's right. It's the data from Cavalier. And I see it like this black, sort of primitive looking numbers thing. And they input. I see that they had already written up the algorithms. Yes. It's saying there are different data centers. I don't mean to confuse that with like the data is going up for AI, but I mean like they were pinging from different locations, and they had to have data centers near the specific areas. So a lot of the areas, like they had these little like offices or something in areas close to the places where they wanted to change the votes. So yes. So yeah, it's saying yes. Some of them will come. It's saying they are scared now, the ones that regret it because of what's going on. But as soon as things change, they will have to also, okay, do it. But I think it's gonna come out, yes. Wow. So because I feel like just in the same token that these people, like they are really pretentious and awful people, right? But with that comes the idea that above they're above the law and they belong to this upper class of sociopaths. But when their fellow sociopaths don't help them, then they really are motivated to throw everybody under the bus. And I see, I still see the Asian kid, call him kid, but Edward, I think, because guys, he designed a program years ago. I downloaded it from GitHub even, where they copy the ballots, like they copied the image of the ballots and change it. So he knows a lot about it because he was directed to work with that. So anyway, okay, so the next question. And then maybe the last question, because I don't know to make it too long. Is Elon Musk concerned that this will eventually get to him? Okay, so it's Elon Musk. No, I see that he is doing his drugs and he is concerned now about the SpaceX IPO that may actually flop. So no, he's not thinking about this at all. and say he does all of this because he never thinks about this, right? That's how he does all of it, is he has no conscience. He doesn't care. Okay. So this is it. All right. Okay. So I'll just say. All right. Okay. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.